why Hermione's dress had to be pink. The change of Hermione's Yule Ball dress from periwinkle to pink in the Goblet of Fire film is perhaps one of the most controversial moments in the entire Harry Potter franchise, other than this scene, of course. As a fan of Harry Potter who has read the books on numerous occasions, went to multiple midnight showings, and sobbed during the final premiere live stream, I was one of many who caused an uproar over this pink dress. But it's been 15 years since then, and with some hindsight and a lot more film knowledge, I can finally admit that this change was a smart decision. Now, before you go commenting in disagreement, hear me out first. If you've ever seen Gone with the Wind, then you probably remember this scene. Scarlet's just been accused of doing something untoward with Ashley and is forced to show up to his birthday party dressed in red from head to toe. As Rhett says himself, she has to look the part. But did you know in the book Scarlet is actually wearing a green dress in that scene? For the sake of symbolism and the drama, in the film it was changed to red, and it works better. Well, we can use that exact same argument for Hermione's dress. In the book, her dress is described as blue by Harry initially, and a periwinkle blue upon closer inspection. If I Google periwinkle blue, these are the colors that come up. This would put us in a bit of a pickle because you'd not only have to have the gown compete with the scenery at the Yule Ball, which is mostly icy cool tones, but it also put Hermione's dress in the same color family as Cho Chang and Fleur Delacour's, who were sporting shiny silver dresses. It makes sense to put her in a color on the opposite side of the color spectrum in order to have her stand out. Besides that, we've also spent the majority of the film associating Beauxbatons with powder blue. So even if they aren't wearing that color in this particular scene, it reduced the wow factor of Hermione's blue gown enormously because it looked like their school uniforms. I hate to buy into the ridiculous boys wear blue and girls wear pink stereotype, but for the sake of easy symbolism, I have to talk about it. This is supposed to be Hermione's Cinderella moment. She has spent the majority of the series being thought of as one of the guys and is actually considered relatively unattractive in the books up until this point. Having her appear in an extremely flowy and feminine pink gown essentially forces the male characters, Ron especially as he's a bit thick-headed, to see her as a young woman. This succeeds and comes across in the dialogue of both the book and the film. She also, whether it was purposeful or not, winds up coordinating with Ron, whose dress robes had a bit of pink lace on them. This could be a little joke by the costume designer at what they possibly could have looked like if they'd gone to the ball together, similar to how you'd coordinate with your date at prom. What we also have to take into consideration here is that Hermione wears pink repeatedly in the films. She wears the color here in Prisoner of Azkaban, here in Goblet of Fire, here in Order of the Phoenix, and here in the first and second Deathly Hallows films. See a theme? The costume designers did something similar with Ron and Harry, with the boys wearing red and blue respectively throughout the films. It's one of the more subtle ways of distinguishing characters and happens all the time in films, TV, and books. Also, I think costume designers just like putting Emma Watson in pink because it happens all the time. Perhaps now that I've shed some light on the subject, you can understand why the dress has to be pink. And if you still disagree, why? Comment something other than the equivalent of, well, you have to stick with what the book says, because that's not really a valid argument. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun content, and I'll see you soon. Bye!